Comrade Show with Comrade Lante Oriaki. This is the Comrade Show. Yes. Hello, Nigerians across the world. Top of the day to you all. My name is Comrade Lante Oriaki, and of course, this is the Comrade Show. This is the segment of the Comrade Show we call the Comrade and Friends. First, let me wish everybody a happy May 1st. Today's May 1st, 2022, and of course, it's Workers' Day, mostly across different parts of the world. And today we're having a special edition of our program, still looking at the road to 2023. And for those who are followers of the Comrade Show, those who know the Comrade Show a lot, you would also know that the Comrade and Friends is a special segment of the Comrade Show where the musketeers of the Comrade Show look at issues that are national mostly. And of course, discuss these issues in a way, to making Nigeria a better place. And today, we are looking at the question, will there be justice, equity, and fair play? Talking of Nigeria 2023. Because whether we like it or not, the whole world of Nigeria right now is speaking and talking about the 2023 presidential elections, wherein we have a lot of people right now, expressing interest to become president of Nigeria. There are so many dynamics to this. A lot is ongoing. A lot more is going to go on even before 2023 proper. And while we are here, just around the corner, the first step towards 2023 is the delegates' decision on who become the flag bearers of their, various political parties, and that is not far away. And so we see a lot of jostling here and there. And but we have a very important question that is, of course, in the minds of most of the people, many people across Nigeria, is the question of justice, fair play, equity, name it. And today, the Musketeers will be helping us make sense of this particular question. We have a returning, one who has not been with us for by about 2 weeks right now. He's been busy here and there, trying to help make Nigeria a better place for what he does. And we have him in the house. I'm talking of Dr. Tony Agbon. So for the sake of this show, he is Comrade Dr. Tony Usakmama Agbon. Dr. Agbons, you are welcome back after some 2 weeks break.
Thank you very much, my brother, our CNC, Comrade Lante Konsauriaki. Viewers of the Comrade Show, I missed you all. I've been away on a short hiatus. I'm happy to be back. I've been doing a lot of travel recently, so I've not been around. I've not been able to participate in the program. I've been following, like last week, I was following very closely what was happening here, and I saw the engagement and what you are all doing. So, happy new month, everyone. I greet all of you now. I hope say all the local governments too. I hail you now. Thank you for joining us. And like my brother, Pharmacist Remiran will always say, you are welcome to our Sunday tonic. Wahia Bokia.
Yes, the Sunday tonic, and that is the Comrade and Friends. Unfortunately, Comrade Pharmacist Remiran will not be around today with us because another matter in the local governments at home came up, and he needs to attend to that matter. And it's a matter of moving Nigeria forward still. And so, unfortunately, it's going to be with us for this particular edition. But we have somebody, a special guest in the house, one who's going to be helping us take a look at these issues from his own perspective, from his own point of view. And it's my pleasure to let you know that we have Dr. Usayemere all the way from Abu Dhabi, joining us. Dr. Usayemere, you're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much. What a pleasure to join you guys this evening. According to Abu Dhabi time, it's past 8. Wahia Bo Wa Bokia.
Thank you very much. Yes. Please, if you are joining us, please help share the broadcast. That is the culture. Let's keep it going. And of course, it's a Nigerian matter. Today, we are not looking at Edo State at all. We are looking at Nigeria generally. And so we expect, Nigerians to be very much involved in this. The big question is, will there be justice, equity, and fair play? And we are going to start with a footage that I came across some days ago, where some Nollywood stars were actually, appealing for justice, equity, and fair play as far as 2023 election is concerned. You may not have seen it, you may have seen it, but I'm going to just play it again, and we're going to take the story from there. Just watch.
I don't think there is audio.
Apologies. I think I am just getting some notice that there is no audio. I probably need to re-upload this particular piece, and but it's important we see this particular, it's important we're going to, the subject matter is coming from this particular, you know, footage. This is why I like us to see it and of course take the question from there. I've just uploaded it again. I want to believe that we have the audio at this time.
Hi, my name is Chidi Morkeman. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
My name is Zach Orji. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
My name is Patience, also popularly known as Mama G for General.
The 2023 presidential elections are fast approaching. But Nigeria is in dire straits. We can no longer do things as usual. It is time to stop paying lip service to the idea of a one Nigeria and start to truly embrace the federal character principle as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Let's restore confidence in our country. Let's carry everybody along so that once again we can make Nigeria great.
And I want to state that equity and justice constitute a condition precedent for there to be peace and unity and national cohesion in any country. It doesn't matter the country.
Therefore, I appeal to the government of Nigeria, to the people of Nigeria, to the political parties, to please zone the presidency of Nigeria to the southeastern geopolitical zone. For equity, for justice, for fair play.
Happy to Nigeria to please and you zone the 2023 presidency to southeast geopolitical zone for justice, equity, and fair play.
And I want to state that it is only fair and just and in the interest of equity and natural justice that the presidency should be zoned to the southeast. If we must have peace and unity and national cohesion in Nigeria.
I urge all political parties in Nigeria, especially the two dominant ones, to zone their presidential tickets to the southeast of the country for fairness, equity, and justice.
Let's make Nigeria great again. Let's concede the 2023 presidency to the Southeast geopolitical zone. Let's do this for equity, justice, and fair play.
It's been done before, and the two dominant parties then zoned their presidential tickets to the Southwest, and the nation was calm. It can be done again.
After 62 years, it is only fair to let that happen. Makogamiru Ayunine.
God bless Nigeria.
God bless you. God bless.
Justice, equity, and fair play. I stumbled, I came across this particular video. And of course, I think it's a burning question. Many people may not be talking about it very loud, but it's a burning question. I want to start with Dr. Usayere Okunbowa. How much do you agree with what you just saw?
Actually shouldn't be like what the Americans would say. They say it's no brainer. 1999, when Obasanjo came up, I actually saw an interview from BBC with Obasanjo before the 1999. After he was released from prison from Abacha, the late Abacha's imprisonment, and he said he wasn't looking for a job. That he was engaged. He had things to do. He wasn't interested in government, but only those behind the scene, according to them, the owners of Nigeria. After some background work and all that, we saw Obasanjo coming up to contest. And then, by the same political maneuverings up and down here and there, we also saw that Chief Olufalaye also appeared, both of them Southwesterners. And therefore, there was no issue of discussing anywhere. It would appear, or it became clear that there was an arrangement by the political elite, the military, and all those who were involved in putting Nigeria the way they want it, that it was an arrangement to have a Southwesterner to compensate the Southwesterners for the injustice done to Abiola, the late MK Abiola, having won the 93 election. He was refused power. So it was arranged, and it became Obasanjo emerged after the election. There was no contest from the north, no contest from the east. So at a time like this, based on, if we're talking of equity, fair play, and justice, it just behoves us that that's what we should expect. That's what it should be. We should expect, by every calculation and every known human thinking, I don't know of anything beyond this, why a Southeasterner should not be the president of Nigeria as of today. Also, considering the clamoring here and there that this just had to be, if we really are in the right thinking, if the so-called owners of Nigeria are not about themselves, perpetuating themselves, I don't think this is an issue that we should be discussing right now. Forget about all the other interests. They could just be part of the total political play or political foreplay. But evidently, rationally, reasonably, this is just what ought to be, what should be. I think all Nigerians should clamor for it, because if we don't do this now, all the calculations, all the permutations, all the assumptions will finally put paid to the belief that there has been a groundwork that they don't want an Easterner to rule Nigeria. We know, we all believe it, but this is the final opportunity for the so-called owners of Nigeria to say that calculation, whatever that agreement was, has to come to an end. Otherwise, before 2015, there were speculations that some, I think CIA and all those other Western powers were saying that 2015 Nigeria will capitulate and Nigeria will not exist after 2015. We successfully navigated through 2015. Now we are 2022, 7 years after. If we don't do the right thing, 2023 and beyond, Nigeria will disintegrate. It will disintegrate. There is no other way to think about it. The West, in time past, there were people in the South who were not like, they weren't too keen. They had their reservations. Now they know. We have dissenting voices in the Southwest saying, no, no, no. There has to be a change of the situation. The more we're always taking it. It doesn't have to be a Southwesterner. It shouldn't have to be a Northerner. Even the North, we have also seen voices coming from the North saying it's only very moral and right that a Southeasterner begins opportunity. And we have credible Southeasterners. Very
Okay.
credible. They've always had. So it shouldn't be an issue for discussion or debate at all.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think that's a. Dr. Agbons, I'm going to come to you. When we look at Nigeria, look at how politically we have evolved, right from the nationalist era to the time of our independence, all through the challenges we've had, all of the coup d'etat, the civil war, and all of that. Particularly from, after Ironsi, we have never had anybody preside over the affairs of Nigeria as either head of state or president of Nigeria. Today, we have a huge opportunity, to have somebody from the Southeast, become president. And yet, we have a very strong challenge from the North. As a matter of fact, the biggest challenge to this process are the Northerners. We have the likes of Atiku and Not Let It Go, Tambuwa, the Sarakis, and so many others, and all of that. Is it that the Northerners just want to ensure continuously that nobody from the East ever become president, or they just want things, to continue to be the way? I mean, what is your take in all of this?
Thank you very much, comrade, and thank you, Dr. Okungbawa, for your very cerebral analysis. You've taken us down memory lane. And I want to align very much with what my brother Okungbawa said. And then I will add a few more caveats. The truth of the matter is, when I look at the current political game going on now as we march towards the year 2023, I shake my head, because we are moving towards the precipice if there is no justice, if there is no equity, and there is no fair play. We cannot build a just society without these three indices. There must be justice. And this justice, we're talking of one Nigeria, have to start with us doing exactly what we did in 1999, by whatever means, whether it was by arithmetic calculation, whether it was by seamless imagination, whatever we want to call it. I believe, and I as some of us have been championing this, that if we say the Southeasterners, they are part of Nigeria, then, and we have done it in 1999, when everybody felt that the Southwest have been treated unjustly and unfairly, then we have to do it again in 2023 by the parties zoning this, especially the two main parties, because the way Nigeria is at the moment, just these two parties, either APC or PDP, win most of the elections in Nigeria. We are almost like a two-party state, with due respect to the other political parties. People hardly don't win elections, coming from the other. So they have to do it. So if we've done it in 99, we have to do it this time around. Because for me, and I've always said, some of us, we are not from the Southeast, but we are standing on the tripod of justice, equity, and fair play to say, zone this thing to the Southeast. It's not as if they don't even have eminently qualified Nigerians who can take this position. They have. So it has to be. So politicians from the North, especially the North, they need to know that Nigeria is not their birthright. And then politicians from the Southwest as well. Because just yesterday here, a Southwesterner in Nigeria did 8 years. President Olusegun Obasanjo, like Dr. Kumo said, it's still like yesterday for most of us. So why is it that some people are very much against a Southeasterner becoming president of Nigeria? What is it that they have done? What exactly have they done? So for us, and for many other like-minded people like us, we are really standing on it. We are championing it, that the Southeasterners should have a shot at the presidency. Probably that may be the magic one that Nigeria actually needs. So we're not talking of personality even now. We haven't gotten to that stage yet in this discussion. But for the sake of fairness and justice, we should zoom into the Southeast and say, now na turn. It should be turn by turn. And other countries are doing it as well. There are other countries that do this. Countries who are a similar stage of development like us. I'm sure that with time, a time will come where a president comes from Nigeria may not matter. But as at now, at the stage of our development, this 2023 presidency needs to go to the Southeast. Upon that, many of us are standing, and we'll keep pushing for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dr. Okumbowa,
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of months ago, a couple of months ago, I think, we had the news that the APC they've zoned the presidency to the south, to the south. You know, following which, somebody like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, started declaring his intention to become president of Nigeria publicly. And Nigerians were waiting for the PDP to do the same thing. But most recently, the PDP just, blew it open. That anybody who picks form is free to contest, irrespective. And the news that came out yesterday, even in the APC right now, understand that there's a very strong gang up to now make it open. As a matter of fact, the national chairman of APC has said that they have not actually officially zoned presidency anywhere. Okay? Which means it is open. And by the arithmetic of what has been done, whether it is true or false, we don't know. There is no way the South will go against the North in any election in this country that the South will win. Because the North, they've configured the census, in a way to always be in the majority. And somehow, practically, we hardly see how the North is in majority. But, the political, demography and the way it is be calculated and worked out, the North has more. I was checking through the delegates of the APC, in the North, of the APC in the North, they are over 1,200 more than the delegates of the APC in the South. The same thing applies to, to what's it called, to PDP, which means that anytime a presidential race like this is thrown open, okay, the North will always win if they want to go by way of saying we are voting along our own, regions and all of that. And the Constitution of Nigeria, there are sections of the Constitution that now seriously states that matters of Nigerian politics should be looked at, looking at balance, fairness, equity, and fair play, and all of that. Now, given this porous arrangement, now the ambiguity that is embracing this, what do you think would be the end point of this process, 2023, the road to 2023?
You see, in the Nigerian political space, there is a lot of unpredictability, as it would appear. A lot of reasonable and unreasonable play style, dribbles, and all the intrigues all come to play. Now, this probably you may think this on the lighter side, but I don't think that, you see, the more the merrier in terms of when it's time for nominations, there are primaries and all that, the more the merrier. You know that money is involved in this thing. So when you have more candidates openly contesting the primaries, it means that there will be more words to flow around. Words will flow here and there. And so that you cannot rule out. If you narrow it down, fewer people will be able to spread the cash as they are used to. That's on one side. Two, I don't think it's impossible that they would not come up with a southern candidate or a southwestern candidate. I don't think it's impossible if they want to. After all, the primaries are yet to be held. just like they've always done in the political calculations and in their play here and there, to bring out whoever they want to bring out, to, irrespective of what the entire country think. If they want to bring out a southwestern easterner, they can. And so even if all the northerners declare, all the westerners declare and all that, it is not out of the calculation. It's a question of would they want a southeasterner to appear from both parties? If they have
But
agreed, they can. If they don't have,
I want to ask you a moral question.
yes,
Does it depend on they? Who are the they to be
the
there
political
running?
parties. See, one of the major challenge of Nigerian political system is the political parties. The political parties, one, they don't have ideologies, and therefore it is not settled about bringing candidates who can deliver. It's about candidates who suit the interest or the powers that be within the parties. That's what it is. It's not about who can really give Nigeria what Nigeria want. The political parties and those who run the system, the show, are not interested in the greater Nigeria.
Okay, lastly, Dr. Okumbowa,
Yes.
do you think that the parties, from what we have seen so far, do you believe that they are displaying the will to follow through with this ideology of equity, balance, and fair play?
It's doubtful. We really cannot say categorically. We can't, because somebody like Atiku Abubakar is desperate. He has always been. Unfortunately, he's a damaged good, but he will be ready to play dirty. So somehow the party may want to allow the primaries to come open, and then but they decide what they will do eventually. Closing it down early before the primaries would leave things in a way that they may not like. So the same thing will happen to PDP. There are a lot of other desperados who feel their political CV will be dashed or will be eroded if they are not allowed to contest the presidential candidacy. Mind you, it's not everybody that's declaring that knows that he's going to win or he believes he will win. It's a matter of calculation ahead of time. So everybody declares in order to have a share of the future if the party wins. So it's a part of future intentions, not because they believe they will win. I just want to make them see my face. When they know, say, when they calculate, I did here, I contest. In future, when they are reading out his political CV, you will say candidate chief so and so was a presidential aspirant, so and so party in so and so year. So it's all part of those calculations.
Okay, I will quickly go to Dr. Agbon. Dr. Agbons, well, I mean, this is still very much fresh. Nigeria right now is really from, very serious call across different quarters, for self-determination. There are people calling for secession. The gist of everybody do their own is very, very much on the agenda. As a matter of fact, there are voices from the southeast that are calling for Biafra, and this is predicated majorly on this same issue of injustice. Is this same issue of, according to many of the arguments, not feeling like being part of this Nigeria, arrangement, as it were, and all of that. So, given all of these, if these political parties are not sensitive enough to make their leading, candidates, or rather their eventual candidates, Southeasterners, are we not running the risk of an increased agitation going to 2023, particularly given the insecurity already within the Nigerian, political cycle and all of that, socio-political and economic cycles? Dr. Agbons.
Absolutely, Comrade Oriaki, absolutely. We're running a risk. And if you look at the agitation in the Southeast, with the IPOB and the MASOB and all that, most of them have actually been from their feeling of marginalization, isolation, alienation by the Nigerian state. Because I'll keep asking, what is it that the Southeasterners have done that when you talk about the presidency, people say, no, don't give them. So what is it that they have done? So one of the way we can even correct the secessionist agitation and the East, people are saying they want to leave Nigeria and all that, is things like this. I tell you, my brother, we're discussing off camera before we came on air. You will see that even since this election thing came up, you can see that with the intensity that a particular candidate from the East has been getting, you will see that if the agitation is going down. I've talked with some people from the Southeast, and they're like, oh, this is our candidate, we need to back him and all that. And they're also getting that same support from people from the Southwest, even like Dr. Kumawa says, even some people from the North are saying, yes, why not? This particular candidate, we're talking about Dr. Peter Obi, for instance, is gaining a lot of traction. So one of the ways for us to quell this agitation that have been going on in the Southeast, when they have this feeling of, oh, we are not even part of this Nigerian arrangement, is something like this. So somebody have put on the chat that if there's going to be zoning, I'm referring to our brother Ehi Best. If there's going to be zoning, Ehi Best have said it should be the PDP, not APC. But my brother, I get your point. But the truth of the matter is that this thing has been done before. When the PDP brought Olusegun Obasanjo and APP and AMPP, they brought out Chief Olufalaye. Never in the history of Nigeria will you think that two parties can even do that kind of alliance. Anything is possible. It is just if we decide to do it. And who says that the APC cannot bring somebody from the East? They can. They can. So these things are possible. It's just a question of sacrifice and people, knowing that their own time will come. So for me, that is how we should go. This thing should be zoned to the Southeast for justice, equity, and fair play. We cannot keep talking about it.
Yeah. A very quick one. Dr. Okumbo, if an Igbo man, somebody from the eastern part of Nigeria, does not become a president, do the Igbos not have, the moral ground to demand to be out of Nigeria if they are united?
If it turns out that they were skimmed out this time, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. You don't need anything. You don't need any. There is no other language. We wouldn't need angels to come and tell us. Neither do we need to hear, "Thus saith the Lord." This is what has become. It will finally put paid to the imaginations, assumptions, theories that they don't want the Southeasterner. Therefore, you are automatically giving the Southeasterner a boot. You are telling them, no, Nigeria does not want you. There's no other way to say that. You say Nigeria don't want you. But if you would ask, why would the Southeasterner, beyond all the other calculation, let's assume that it's a question of capability of candidates or candidacy. Is it that they don't have people who can? Generally speaking, anybody who is honest to themselves know that the East has never been short of anybody capable of anything at any time. Nigeria have been denied the acumen, the strength, the capacity, the capability, the goodwill of the Easterners, Southeasterners, the Igbos in general. Their ability is never in doubt. Candidacy is never in doubt. They know. We all know. The political elites know. But you see, they're afraid that the status quo that they want to always remain, they are afraid of losing it. And in this particular time, a candidate like Peter Obi, or let's even say something like Kingsley Bongalu, for instance, capable people, have the capacity to take Nigeria from the trajectory, this situation where these owners of Nigeria, in quote, have always wanted it to be. They are afraid of losing grip, of getting out of hand. Therefore, they think it's their duty to keep it where they always want it to be. And that thinking, that calculation, have made Nigeria a stunted giant in dwarfism. The capacity of Nigeria as a country Nigerians as a people worldwide, the whole world knows. The black race knows. The white race, they know. If Nigeria rises, Africa rises. Nigeria does not rise, Africa does not rise. If Nigeria rises, the black race will rise. Therefore, it's all part of the grand plan. And you will need somebody from that axis to shake off this rust, to refeed Nigeria from, it may be an old man as it were, in quote, but we need a new energy, a new thinking, a new approach, new calculation, introduction of new ideas, which also stimulate other parts of the country, other Nigerians everywhere, to come with a new way of thinking. But these same people, owners of Nigeria, in quote, don't want that situation whereby they have lost grip. They fear they will lose grip. And therefore, having a Southeasterner, Obi or Moalo, any of them right now, is a threat to that plan they've always had. There are others, we know that people like Pius, Iron Pius, and other people, they have power. In fact, if you ask me, I would think that those people who are responsible for deciding things in Nigeria might even be more tilted towards something like Iron Pius Iron, because of how he has been in the system, his influence, so many other things. If at all, that's another issue anyway. But the question, like you said, does it not mean that they don't want it? There's no other way to say it. It means that they are saying Igbos, we could come out, we don't want to now.
Yeah.
And you have said there's no other way to say it. There is no other meaning to it. And therefore, the agitations is going to get out of hand. It's already out of hand. The state security system are not being able to handle it. So we don't not even talk about that. What does it mean? Okay. That's the summary.
Okay. Dr. Agbons, a very, quick one to you. Right now, I think this discussion is centered around, saving the Nigeria of tomorrow. And the decision taken now, as part of what is going to be determined in 2023, will play a huge role in, towards saving Nigeria. Now, saving Nigeria will not be a responsibility for the Igbos alone. It's a responsibility, for all Nigerians. What should the ordinary Nigerian be doing right now?
Thank you.
To ensure that this goal becomes a reality?
Thank you very much. And before I answer your question, I want to say that I just came back from Nigeria, and I did, as somebody that does research, I did some questioning, asked a few questions. I spoke to a cross section of Nigerians across board, the young, the middle-aged, the elderly, across different tribes of Nigeria, at least the ones I met in the West, and even in other parts of Nigeria. And this is the general feeling. People are sick and tired of the mess we are in. They are tired. And we all need a new face and a new way of doing things, like the type Dr. Kumbawa was talking about. And I must tell you this, maybe the political elite, they are not saying this. We are looking at the Southeast producing the president of Nigeria in 2023. So the two political parties, they have to do their job. But even if they don't do it, there is also an alternative, a plan B. Somebody like Peter Obi, I just want to zero in. I think it's high time I mentioned it. Peter Obi is the new face of Nigeria. Some of us, we may not have seen this man physically. We may not have, had a handshake with him. We may not have, been in the same room with him. But from what we can see, from what we can feel in our spirit man, we know that he's the right man for the job. And even many people from my own interaction, many people from the North believe that even their own people from this North have failed them. Especially this current government that we have failed them woefully. In fact, many of them have even saying that, even in Goodluck Jonathan's time, things were not this bad. So they've been failed. So look, circumstance sometimes dictates people's decision in life. And that is where we are now. That is where we are. So For this reason, somebody like Peter Obi stands a very good chance, because you look at his track record, you look at his honesty and openness, and you look at what he's saying and how he wants to do things, and you know that this man can do this job. So everybody have to be on board, and the Nigerian people, because to be honest, power is never given freely. You fight for it, and we are doing this democratically. There is no free lunch anywhere. So the Nigerian people, whether you are from the southwest, whether you are from the southeast, whether you are from the northeast, northwest, north central, south, I just mentioned the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria now. We should open our eyes. I've taken my glasses off. Let's all open our eyes. Let's say we want to continue from where we are now, the way Nigeria is now. If you are okay with it, let's go on. But if you are not, let us take the destiny of our country in our hand. Let us take back Nigeria. That is the mantra that Peter Obi has brought, and that many of us are keying into. We need to take Nigeria back from this mediocrity that we've been in. So we need a breath of fresh air. And that is what this man brings. And everybody has to be involved, because I'm sorry, sir, because only the Southeast cannot do it alone. But the North, if you think Nigeria is okay the way it is, fine. But if you think it's not okay, then we need to change our direction.
Dr. Kumbawa, taking Nigeria back. How do we take Nigeria back? Particularly from the perspective of the ordinary Nigerian, the ones that are at the very tail end of the brunt being meted out on the Nigerian people. How do we take Nigerian back?
Well, I think it depends on Nigerians whether they want to take Nigerian back or not. It really depends on Nigerians. I've also seen some unpredictability in Nigerians. The average Nigerian just want to catch a cruise. He believes that one way or the other, some magic wand should just be thrown, and then suddenly something will just happen, and the country becomes what we desire. No, power is not a given. Anybody that has power does not relinquish power by just the asking or desire of others. Do Nigerians want Nigeria? Want to take Nigeria back? Now, the political elites, they understand, they know. At the same time, they are worried. But sadly, the people are themselves are no longer sure. The average Nigerian lacks critical thinking and analysis of anything. It's either on the surface, we take it and we go. And as far as it's not appear on the surface, take it. They are not ready. If you recall, the NSAS march was the first intent in a long time since the decimation of university student unionism in Nigeria. There are not, apart from the student unionism, Labour took over under the leadership of Adams Oshomole. After that, student unionism on campuses was decimated. Politicians infiltrated, destroyed the fabric of student unionism. Opposition voice was no longer heard. Therefore, there was nobody to canvass, to organize, articulate issues for opposition and for people to stand up. The politicians have done that, destroyed that. Then, coming out, the next best thing that happened in opposition was the NSAS issues, NSAS uprising. Now, the politicians have also seen that capacity. In fact, the government of the day went as far as hunting down the organizers of NSAS because they saw the future. If these young ones are allowed to continue like this, technology at their disposal, which the old folks, the geriatric, what they call it now, generation, what they know they can't handle. They began to fret. And if you look at recently, I saw an analysis by Liberal Oshoma that I did recently, The Hypocrite in Us. You realize that even the youths have already taken different stands. May not be youth in general, but the politicians have strategically sections some youths, pay them up to start canvassing. Youth for Tinubu, youth for what's this man in Kogi State? Youth for Atiku, youth for Abubakar, blah 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 all over the place. The divide and rule have started because they know they are quite afraid of the power of the youth, the uprising of the youth. Therefore, they have already started mitigating that by dividing, calling some youth, organizing them to speak for the youth speak for the youth in quote. And then recently, I heard, was it not yesterday, that I saw a quote linked to Atiku Abubakar saying that he's already guaranteed 11 million votes. And I was like, wait, who dashed 11 million votes? Like I said before, it's a desperado, it's a damaged good. It's all part of the manipulation, because the average Nigerian you see on the street is I hear, I believe mentality. What they hear, they don't act beyond that. Just like the newspaper headline says, somebody just says, he reads the headline, saying I told them talk. He never goes to read the story to find the true context of the headline. And he believes. So that's what it is. The youth must decide. Nigerians must decide. It's in our hands. Do we have the boldness to say we want to take Nigerian back? They are afraid of us. We must rise.
Can I say something, Lamte, because I don't want to forget this.
Go ahead, sir.
Just to put icing on the cake on what Dr. Okumbowa is saying. And I want to say this with every air of confidence. If Dr. Peter Obi, let's say by happen chance, is denied the PDP ticket, I tell you, if he goes anywhere, and this is going to be the beginning of a political tsunami in Nigeria, Nigerians are ready to support him. Nigerians are ready to support him. I don't know if that call is coming for this program.
No, it's not for this program.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, Dr. Agbons, I'm sure you are even aware of this. I'm sure I did tell you.
Yeah.
I'm a youth. I'm a youth myself, and of course, I got a call some few weeks ago, and somebody was trying to woo me for a particular candidate, a particular aspirant, to speak. You already smiling, you know who I'm talking about right now. Yeah. And the person placed a very big offer on the table, an offer that many Nigerians will not reject. And I slapped the offer on the person's face, because the person already, has seen me quite a bit, canvassing for Peter Obi. And so they called me, and that I can provide my account, and this and this, and, and of course, I give my response. Is it not possible, even in the face of the difficulty that we are in Dr. Agbons, is it not possible for the youth in Nigeria predominantly to reject offers as this, to compromise themselves, looking at where we are and where we hope to be, for the sake of the future of Nigeria? Can the Nigerian young people not reject offer? Because we are the people who rig for this for them. Mm-hmm. It is the young people who kill for them. Mm-hmm. It is the young people who campaign for them. It is the young people who bear arms for them. It is the young people who virtually are the people they use to do all sort of things in that country. Can't these young people, if they can't, what should others do to baptize them into the ideology of standing to save the Nigeria of tomorrow?
Thank you, Comrade Lante Oriahi. Powerful question you have put to me now. And I tell you, I said something some 15 minutes ago on this program, that sometimes in life, circumstances determine the decisions you make. And Dr. Okumbowa mentioned the NSAS uprising. And we got a snap of when people unite in ideas and thoughts, how much they can achieve. The Nigerian political class, they were shaking during that NSAS. Now, coming to this 2023 election, and especially with reference to candidate Peter Obi, with reference to him, because he's the best of the whole lot. Coming to him, if the Nigerian youth, seeing the circumstance, because if you look at the average Nigerian youth now, they are disillusioned, everybody is frustrated, even there's no middle class, there's a lot of frustration and anger in the land. So the circumstance will tell them. They say they don't tell people that war is coming. You won't tell people. They will know. They will know. Like we say in a Benin language, I come on go code day, you will know. So the Nigeria is at a situation now where that is pinching everybody. So that is going to help. Maybe 8 years ago, people will not understand. Maybe 16 years ago, in other election, people will not understand. But as at now, let me tell you, like I told you, as I just came back from Nigeria, people are just waiting. People are just waiting for this administration to end. They are even counting days. The other day it was 419 days. There were a lot of poster. I'm sure by the time it will be like 300 days, you see another one. When it's 200 days, you see another. People are tired because nothing is happening, and everybody know that the situation is really biting. The level of hopelessness in the land is so much. So that is going to help, because human being, if when something just good small now, they will relax. So, but considering the way we are now as a nation, is going to help our youth. So, if I have seen a video where I don't know if it's a House of Assembly member in one of the states in the north, the guy was coming back, the youth were petting him with stones. So times have changed, and yesterday I was somewhere and we were talking about social media. Look, a lot of things that used to be very hidden, because of social media, because of smartphone, a lot of our young people, they have access to it. In fact, it is the young people that's going to determine the outcome of this election. And I repeat again, even if Peter Obi doesn't get, if they deny him the ticket, PDP, we don't know where it's going to swing. Let me not double into that. If he goes anywhere, my brother, he will win this election. If his photograph gets to the ballot of any political party, write today's down, 1st of May, 2022. Go and write it down. I said it. He will win.
Splendid. We're going to take note of that. We haven't got much time. This matter is a matter that we're probably going to even treat further. But I want to ask you, Dr. Usayime Rokumbowa, in your own eyes, from what you can conceive of this process, being a student of history yourself, what will stand out for you as justice, equity, and fair play in this election?
Across now, we don't know of a third force. Earlier in the let's say earlier before now, 2-3 months back, we were hearing of a third force gathering storm somewhere, and we were eagerly looking for if there will be a strong, a formidable third force that will give us an option so that the youths can begin to think deeper beyond APC and PDP. I don't know how far that third storm, how much storm they gathered. If they're gathering storm, the storm is not being seen in the cloud as we speak, because APC and PDP are still getting all the attention. So there is no other calculations to it. There's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go. If Nigeria will remain Nigeria, if they say, some people have said that a blood was lost for Nigeria, therefore dissolution of Nigeria is it's unthinkable.
So just go straight to it. What will be justice for you?
Justice is Southeasterner emerge president. Whether by cooking, whether by calculation, hook or hook, crook, whatever it takes. A Southeasterner is time now. If we say no Southeasterner now, then there should be no Nigeria.
As a second part to that, would it matter to you whether that Southeasterner is another Buhari or like that?
It shouldn't just be. It shouldn't just be anybody. We know they are credible people, but it's a matter of the one that have the heart, that have the beat of the people, that is patriotic and who feels that Nigeria must change its trajectory and get to where it ought to be going. It's not just any Southeasterner.
So a
credible Southeasterner. They have credible people, but not the one that they pick, they want, because there is this belief that, like I said earlier, the powers that be want to look for who they can pally with and put there as a stooge. No, a Southeasterner that have a heartbeat. That's where my personal conviction became like, Obi is it. Obi is the only credible, patriotic, sensible, the man with the heartbeat for Nigeria. Beyond Obi, I don't see any other one.
Splendid. Dr. Agbons, a very same question to you. What, in your own candid opinion, would be justice, equity, and fair play come 2023 presidential elections?
Yeah, I will answer you very quickly because of time. I told the line of Dr. Okumbawa 100%, 1,000%. And having done an history and a cursory analysis of some of the candidates that have come from the Southeast, they are all credible, they look good. But my pick of the bunch and the pick of most Nigerians is former Anambra State Governor uh, Dr. Peter Obi. He's the man for the job. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. When you look at him, he's just like, looking at, somebody who's going to give Nigeria a new breath of fresh air. And that is what we need. He's got it. He's tested. He's tried. He did it in Anambra for 8 years. And like you said in one of your programs, when he finished his tenure, Anambrians wished he could continue. If that was not the case, by now we would have been seeing some bullet here and there to say, oh, he no work when he be governor and all that. But nobody has said that. Mm-hmm. He's got the stellar quality to be the kind of president Nigerians have always desired. We've missed some good presidents in the past before. So, and then when they now get old, people will say, oh, I wish we had that opportunity. So now it's Peter Obi in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and in the night. Peter Obi is it for me.
Splendid. Well, Nigerians, I wish we could actually, we'll have more time. But definitely, this is a subject matter that's not going away. Because we must speak to this very importantly, particularly knowing fully well that, the delegate election is not far away. And, it's an important matter, and Nigerians will continue to, make the push as far as this matter is concerned. Of course, Dr. Sayere Okumba and of course, Dr. Tony Agbansebafe, they've made their stand very clear. We're going to continue on this, trajectory. We're going to keep this discourse ongoing. For Nigerians, my major advocacy is this time we must make it count. It should be different from the time past. This time, because of how much blood this nation has shed, because of the difficulty that we are going through right now, because of so many things happening right now to Nigeria, it is very important to understand that the right choices need to be made, and the era of compromising, taking bread to suffer for 4 years, should be over. People are going to come to you, give you money, do this, do that, and all of that. Many of you are going to experience it and all that. We are really advocates that this time, even if you accept the monies they are bringing your way, because it's money actually meant to build our bridges, build our roads, make our schools function properly. Even if you accept, you still have the moral duty to do what is right for the country, to do what is right for Nigeria. As for the delegates, we are aware that the politicians are coming to you, furiously with gifts, with monies, with everything. But I'll tell you, the future of Nigeria is at stake. Is very much at stake. It may never be like what we've ever seen, and this is the truth. If you watch the environment now, you hardly hear people say zoo anymore. It is because of the prospect that people are beginning to feel included, because so many hands right now are pointing towards Peter Obi. And Peter Obi is a good man, a credible man to a very large extent that people can vouch for. And he happens to equally be from Southeast, a region, a geographical zone that will just help settle a lot of things for the Nigerian state. So let's think deep. Let us bring all the coalitions together. Let us bring all the associations together. Let us bring all the parts together, and of course make a case for Peter Obi 2023. That will help reduce agitation. That will help make people feel included in the whole arrangement of governance as far as Nigeria is concerned. And of course, that itself looking at all that we have seen about Peter Obi, would hopefully galvanize Nigeria to steady her ship and, of course, begin to fashion progress for this nation. We cannot afford to make this mistake now. You've heard from these intellectuals. We are going to hear from more intellectuals, and the show is going on. But before we end this program, I just want to, ask for just for 20 seconds, Dr. Osayemere Okungbowa, just your last word to summarize your own take on all of these issues in 20 seconds.
Let me just tell people, look, nobody has paid me. Nobody has approached me. Therefore, I'm not speaking because of inducement. I'm tired of the status quo. I'm a Nigerian even though I live in diaspora, I want to go home when I'm done where I am. I want to come home to a country that will accept me and allow me bring whatever I have to add to the country to exhibit. Therefore, it's not about inducement. It's not about personal interest. I've never done things like that, and I would still not do it. Nigerians, we are tired of rigmaroling and dancing around. Let's go. Pick your PVC. Make your stand. Go and vote. Enough of unnecessary talk here and there. They not go agree. Who be them? Now we be them. Now we decide. Now we be the structure. Not tell me say you not get structure anywhere. Now we be structure. Now you be structure. Pick your be ready. Use the anger and frustration of today to say enough is enough. I will vote and I will decide who becomes my leader. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just a same question. 20 seconds, sir. Dr. Tony Agbansewa-Efe, what 20 seconds summarizes your take on this issue?
Like I said, Peter Obi is the man, and my caveat is that even if he's denied the ticket in the PDP, he goes anywhere. Nigerians are ready. He will clear 50 million votes and clinch that presidency. There's no doubt about it. Because Nigerians are tired of the status quo, like Dr. Okungbowa said just now. We are tired of empty promises and too much talk and no performance. We want deliverables. And the man who can do that is Peter Obi. He's done it before, and we know he will do it again. So I'm not even bothered about the primaries. Whatever the outcome of the primaries is, my brother, we move and go to the next stage. Anywhere that man pitch his tent, we are ready. Nigerians are ready. We just start the journey and we'll get there by the grace of God. And let me just say this, because of some comment from some people who have put in comments on our chat here. This is not about PDP, APC. We are looking at the personality of Dr. Peter Obi. Anywhere he is, we are there. Thank you all so much, our people, for joining us. It's been very engaging, those of you who have been dropping messages and chat and adding your voice to this conversation. Let's talk to our people. Let's enlighten people. Because they say, and the good people will not agree want to take part of politics, and I make the other people take control. We all need to be involved. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Yes, you've heard from them. We're going to continue like this. The road to 2023, we have started. Of course, we're going to be engaging with a lot of people and all of that. Let us just take a look at this small soundbite. It was Peter Obi somewhere, Peter Gregory Obi. And of course, you see the enthusiasm from Nigerians. It is definitely like the grain of a mustard seed, starting very small, but it's going to grow very big to become the biggest tree in the forest. That will be the story of Peter Obi. We must all key into this story. On that note, my name is Comrade Lamtek Mawosa Oriaki. It's being a comrade and friends right on the Comrade Show. Don't forget, let's share this broadcast. It's part of what you could do as your own duty to making this change become a reality. Until we see you again, bye for now.
Are you a business owner? Do you make your own products? This is your best opportunity ever. Register your brand now with the first and largest marketplace promoting Nigerian-made products. Get access to over 17 million shoppers and customers currently in need of your products. Download on Google Play Store now to register or visit ekioja.com. Focus on creating your passion. Leave the marketing to us.
Comrade Show, wait! Comrade Lante Oriente. This is the Comrade Show.